Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we have some Total War Warhammer news which was unexpected. Creative Assembly have obviously released their 9-minute video and many YouTubers such as myself have covered that already, yet there seems to have been a bit more, where PC Gamer managed to have a bit of an interview with the people from Total War, and there's some things that we need to discuss. As always, the article itself will be linked in the description below. So the first thing we need to cover is we finally know the name of the Xenshin Knights on the Discs of Tzeentch. They are actually called Doom Knights, which, yeah, decent name, nothing too special. I don't know, I was expecting something a little bit more Tzeentchian than Doom, but let's move on. Next is an important gameplay thing to know, which is that the legendary lords, Miao Yin and Zhao Ming, will have differences in how harmony works for them, whether they're in dragon form or human form. You can see on screen right now, this is a direct quote, where it seems that they'll have massive harmony amplifiers when they're in human form, but they're gonna lose harmony when they go on dragon form. Okay, that's good to know. We still don't know exactly how important harmony is in terms of battle, like if you can forego it and stuff like that, but given the fact that Creative Assembly have mentioned harmony a lot of times, it's safe to say that it's going to be very much needed, and the Legendary Lords will possibly have a very strong boost towards harmony. Something a little bit concerning here is about this next section, where it talks about the siege rework. We've seen that Cathay has some rather large cities, but apparently Creative Assembly weren't willing to confirm or deny if this deeper town stuff was going to be seen in the Mortal Empires-esque map for Warhammer 3 for all the different races and factions. Now, we did get confirmation that a lot of other races and factions will get this from an official source, so I'm not too sure what they mean by this. I could be very confused, with PC Gamer asking something else, but as far as I'm aware, it has been confirmed that Skaven will have their own unique stuff and so on. It was mentioned in a blog by Creative Assembly. Now for the most important thing. PC Gamer, like pretty much any influencer, was asking about IND, NIPPON and so on as, well, its potential DLC. And Creative Assembly had a rather interesting response. When going further afield and into the stuff that hasn't been developed by Games Workshop until now, we never say never. But when it comes to Nippon and Ind, that's not on the radar at the moment. But certainly padding out the fringes around Cathay, there's plenty to come in the future there. Okay, first, you never say never, yet Araby. You said that there's no current plans, blah blah blah, and it was almost to the point banned in the Total War Discord just mentioning the word Araby. But, hey, never say never. Now, I don't think that this is actually just throwing Ind and Nippon out of the question. I think we're going to get a DLC, possibly in about a year or two's time after release, as it does kind of make sense to eventually flesh them out. I think they want to finish off with Cathay a little bit before they start moving on to another complete race or faction. The mention of the fringes around Cathay, well, we do know that, of course, we have the Monkey King down south, so they're likely to add him in soon enough. But pretty much other than that, it's mostly just, well, countries that need to be added in for future DLC. It's in Nippon and so on. I'm just happy they mentioned Nippon, because when I did my interview with Lore Master Sotek and Andy Hall, he was unwilling to say Nippon. So this is good. This is actually pretty good. At least we know that Nippon is still in canon, and that's an important thing. Other than that, then the rest of the article is mostly PC Gamer going into some weird headcanon about Chaos Dragons and so on, which could enough be true, but until we get an official statement, I'd rather wait for Mr. Hall to say something, or Games Workshop, or something like that, rather than a games journalist. So we're going to end the video here. It's a bit shorter than usual, but this is important stuff for you to know, mostly the Nippon and Ind stuff, but I figured that you guys might want to know about what the Knights were called. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion.